Hello, welcome to the Northern Apex podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We're here to interview people in Canadian motorsport, let it be photographer, racer, engineer, anything. You could be cleaning the halls, and we want to talk to you. Today we have a really fun guest, someone I've competed against, and someone very talented in the karting scene, Noah Van Straten.
Hello.
How you doing today, man?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. How you feeling?
Oh, pretty good. I'm excited for this, so yeah.
You were saying it's your first podcast, right?
It is my first podcast. I've watched lots of podcasts of all my buddies. Shout out Alec Drummond. I've watched all of his podcasts, and I asked him for some pointers, so see if those work.
Nice, man. So let's give him a little rundown of like your motorsport experience so far.
So I've been in the motorsport world for about, I guess, almost eight years, racing myself. Started as a ride and drive. It was just some, little Groupon birthday gift my Nana got me, and it was like $30, and then, I went and tried it, and I, not gonna lie, I absolutely hated go-karting at first.
Oh, really?
First ride and drive race, it was cold, wet, foggy, hail, like everything. And I went on track. I had my whole family there because right after my dad's wedding, and went on track and told them I wanted to quit right away. I told them I hate this. I thought it was stupid, and I want to go home. And then we kind of kept at it, and then I didn't quit. And then so ended up doing a ride and drive for 3 years. Scholarship program to pro. Was at pro for 2 years in Briggs Junior, Briggs Senior, and then made the switch to VSR. Was there for 3 years, and then I guess now we can announce that I've joined Coyote Motorsport Canada for the 2026 season. Big switch, of course. Switching between a lot of people. I owe everyone at VSR and all that big thank you for everything they've done in my career and all the help they've given, and all my friends and family there. But we're excited for 2026 season with Coyote Motorsport Canada.
That's awesome. So I will talk to you about that because that is an announcement that we were not knowledge about. So how do you like moving on to Coyote? Like what kind of brought you towards that team to continue with?
So personally, I've driven the Coyote kart twice now at two big events. I really like the way it felt, and it's a new challenge. The Coyote in the States has done really well. It's won a lot. It's very well rounded and very published out there. But in Canada, it's relatively new. Greg's only run it for about 3 years now, so it's relatively new, and so it's cool. I want to be a part of something that's gonna grow. I want to help the team grow. Help the brand grow in Canada, and I think that's something that'd be really cool and fun to be a part of to promote the growth of Coyote in Canada.
That's awesome. Nice. Really looking forward to that this season. That should be really fun. So you've done multiple different classes of karting, let it be Briggs or Rock. So how kind of give a rundown on how Briggs works and like how you compare that to other classes you've raced in.
Briggs is very don't get me wrong, they're all driver based, but Briggs is very, very driver based. As all the motors are sealed from the factory. There's very little you can do.
Yeah.
And so it all comes down to your kart setup and your gearing, really, and your clutching.
Yeah.
You can look at all the timing, you can look for everything. It's like the closest racing you're gonna get.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably in anything, especially in karting. So you could have 5 guys covered by a 10th, as opposed to I've done Rock GP and I've done VLR. It can be very more motor based.
Yeah.
And very much like onto that, and the gaps itself are way bigger. You watch a Briggs race, rarely ever do you see the leader on his own just walk away from the field.
100%.
Where in two-stroke you can see that.
Yeah.
The guy
like a 20-second plus gap.
Exactly. You can just kind of drive away with it. Briggs, you're gonna have at least 2 guys pushing together, and 100%. It's gonna be a battle on the last lap, exactly. Unless something happens and there's big drama or a big accident.
Yeah.
Rarely ever is it going to be, one guy runs away with it. So that's the one thing. As much I love doing the 2-cycle stuff. I think Briggs is for sure where the racing's at.
For sure.
It's the closest, most competitive, and it's good to work on your racecraft there.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. It is very you have to work as an individual, but also together. Like, yeah, these guys are your competitors, but you have to kind of stay with them and work together to at least finish the race, get to that final lap, and then fully battle.
Exactly.
Like, if you fight too much, you're just gonna let someone else at the farther end get ahead, right? So yeah,
100%. It's hard. It's hard to do it all by yourself there.
100%. Yeah.
Especially you go to qualifying. If you're by yourself in qualifying, you look at multiple long track, you're gonna lose a second. So
yeah.
It's very, very hard to do it by yourself. You gotta have someone.
Yeah, for sure. You just gotta get that confidence to drive with people, because you'll have a lot of people that go for the first time. They're like trying to be with people, then they break too late or something like that. But yeah, you just gotta kind of gain that confidence and like have the confidence with the people around you as well as yourself. That's one thing that I kind of had at the start of the season. It's like I had confidence in nobody I was racing.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
Once I gained that was a lot better, because you're able to kind of like mesh a lot better, know where your points are, know how to work with other people. So yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah, it's good to kind of. Especially with when you start traveling, you start racing as other people. Kind of pick up on people's kind of what they do, their tendencies and their habits and all that. And that way, you can find where you're better versus where you're weaker. And you can find that there's people out there that are better pushers than they are that they are getting followed. So my dad will be the first one to tell you that I'm better at the front of the pack than pushing. So that's something I've kind of had to come up, and accept, and something I have to work on. But I mean, 2-cycle, you can set a qualifying lap by yourself and be first, and Briggs, you won't be able to do that by yourself.
It's impossible. So you have to be
big difference.
People. Yeah, the draft is so important. That class,
it's huge. Don't get me wrong, there is draft in 2-cycle, and it is very big, especially in the race. But and in qualifying, if you can get it, but it's also good to just go by yourself and just kind of lay down a lap.
Exactly.
And really push for it, and not have anyone cut you off or get in the way.
100%. So you've always worked with teams like decent size and being able to work with other people. So like, what's the importance in that of having like a really effective team to work all the combinations and having that well-moving machine?
So, so my first team and first time in club karting was with Pro, and it was a really good place to start. They had a lot of experience, a lot of drivers, good high quality drivers, and they had a solid well-based team around them. So. Learning from, guys like Logan Ploder that were there. One of my first years is when he won the national championship. So, having good guys around you, Daryl Timmers at the time, Curtis Fox, all of them. Huge. Those guys I owe a lot to my, I owe a lot to them because they've helped me a lot. And, but yeah, being around the big team, there's always guys there to help you, data, all this stuff, coaching, help with setup. To help you kind of get on the right path, which is when you start out brand new, it can be a little overwhelming. 100%. So it helps having a lot of guys there that know what they're talking about. That can help you. And then moving to VSR, it's literally just one big family. Nice. Everyone loves their racing. Everyone wants to do well, but they want to have fun. And that's what I like about it, because at the end of the day, we're there to have fun. And we're there to do well.
We're driving go-karts.
Exactly. We're not Formula One racing for $10 million. We're not winning a driver championship.
Total Wolf isn't watching.
Exactly. We're there literally to drive go-karts and have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not getting paid to be there. We're spending our money to be there, so we gotta have fun doing it.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's one big family. They all want to do well and be fast. So and then having everyone there to bounce off ideas and set up stuff and all that, it was very, very huge. And so I think especially getting out started, go with the team.
For sure.
You're throwing yourself in the deep end no matter what, but if you do it with a team, there's people there that will help you and people that can help you grow. If you 100%. Go in by yourself, you're going to be way too overwhelmed.
Way too overdaunting,
yeah, you're going to be so lost. Unless you know your stuff, but even then I'd say join a team.
It's still a lot,
Got to get experience under your belt.
Starting out last season was starting off the Mosport Karting Academy. It was just that really helped me, because having Knox and Steve and all them
and those guys are great. They awesome. Really know what they're talking about.
100%, yeah. Having them to guide me on how to set up my kart, different setups, how the kart works, giving me drive craft ideas, just being hey, you gotta work on this or maybe change that. How does that feel? How does this feel? Okay, go back out. Or connecting me with different people like Lily and Alec for coaching and stuff like that. That really helped me out. If I didn't have them or any other team, I don't even know if that kart would start, man.
Yeah, no, and it's actually crazy to think about. So obviously Steven now is the manager of the karting team there, but back when I started, he was just like he did some engine stuff, and he worked for Pro, and he helped me a lot.
Nice.
We owe Steven a lot. He helped me when I first started, with everything, because we had no idea. I had family in the motorsport world, but we didn't know anything really about actually racing. We knew stuff about the sidelines, but we didn't know anything about racing. So Steven was there, and he helped a lot my first 2 years, which is nice. I really appreciate that.
And that's one thing about Steve is you don't ever hear someone have a bad opinion of him. It's always
never.
He's always very helpful. He's very patient. Always willing to help you. Like no matter how big or small it is. It's like he's a big respect guy. As long as you give him respect, he'll give it to you back. 100%. And no one ever has a bad thing to say.
And he just wants the best for everyone and wants to be fast. So.
Yeah, exactly. He just wants to see better racing through everybody, right? So
100%.
Really good. It's always good to have like a team like that. That's like not really individual. Or, like some teams would just be like, oh, you must do good, you must do that, or else you're out type thing. It's always like we want you to do better and we want the results. But like as long as you're having fun, you're able to get like the experience and develop your racecraft. That's also awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're here, if that's where you start.
Exactly.
But he wants to help you get up to that level.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Some teams are if you're not going to do well, you're off.
Yeah.
But no, instead of he wants to help you do well and help you get better. So I really like him. I really appreciate those guys.
Nice.
And I like to see what they're doing.
For sure. Nice, man. That's awesome. So how would you describe your 2025 season?
2025 season, very up and down, I will say. Sure. We had some good results, some decent results, I guess. Not to guess what I guess say my standards would be, because I always want to do better, but we struggled a lot, being overweight for the Briggs senior class, of it being 340, and we're coming in 360, 355, and 355 to 360, which for people that know, that really hurts. Everyone's like, dude, you should be a second slower a lap at least, minimum. And
you're still up there.
And a lot of I was hanging on to within half a second, and then you look at one of the short track reverse races we did, because I love reverse track, and it's one of my specialties. I'm really fast at it. And for something like that, especially because last corner you're going to go uphill, so it's all it's all out of the corner, torque based, and having that extra weight does not help at all.
Yeah, I know.
And yet we were still, I think I was 3 tenths off the leader.
Nice.
And I was battling the top 5 for most of the day.
That's insane, man.
So that was some of the highs, but then some of the lows just didn't really do well. Not to my standards. I wanted to do better. I got really no one else to blame but myself, I guess. 25 was full of highs and lows. But overall, we had fun. It was a good season. We still ended up almost top 10 in Mika points. I think we're 12th maybe.
That's good.
And that's with missing 5 to 7 races off the point Mika points, because we did other stuff. We did interclub. Ended up being fourth or 5th in that championship.
Nice.
A little worse. So we did the first year interclub. We ended up being 3rd in senior heavy. But we fell off a little bit. Got a little more competitive in the 25. Goodwood, I struggled at. I can never figure it out to the final. I always struggle. I'm always a little bit off. Most part, I have battling engine issues to start the weekend, and then the one heat we were up. I think I was in the lead or second right at the beginning, and then the motor started bogging. We were having engine issues, so that weekend we were kind of on the back foot, and then we got everything fixed. And it was going well. We were up into we were first for a little bit in the lead. We were battling there for top 2, and then sat in 3rd for a little bit. Got kind of dropped by Christian and Tyson in 1st and 2nd there, and then ended up getting passed and ended up 5th. And then Hamilton again qualified 2nd. Started doing well, and then got an incident with Tyson one of the heats, and it kind of pushed me back. And so there was a lot of highs and lows just in the interclub season alone. But I can confidently say that probably the highest moment was Canadian Nationals.
Nice.
I guess we could talk about that a little bit. So Canadian Nationals, my first Canadian Nationals, doing myself. I've been there to watch. I've worked it. I've done flagging for it. But now it's going to be on the other side of it. So guess what are we? So it's like a Tuesday to Sunday event, kind of Wednesday to Sunday event. So we show up. We're planning on running under Coyote Motorsport Canada, but running an OTK kart. Greg from Coyote approaches us and says, "Hey, I got an extra cart. Do you want to run it?" Why not? What do we got to lose? We're doing senior heavy. What do we got to lose? It ended up being a very senior heavy. Ended up being probably, we can ask, probably one of the best races of the whole weekend. Between we had young guys in senior versus we had some old guys in masters that were doing it because there was no masters. So very, very competitive. So very first time in a Coyote car. Actually, I'd driven it like 2 laps before when you first brought it to Canada, and I'm gonna be honest, I hated it. I told Greg I kind of liked it. We actually joked about this last weekend when I was there. It's like, oh yeah, it's nice. I hated it. It was so hard to drive. It was awful. But then we just gave it a shot. We kind of plucked away at it and in practice. And by Wednesday or I think it was Thursday morning practice, me and Christopher McKeithen from PPK out in the States, we ran together and we were probably the quickest there in practice.
Nice.
So I started quick. I adapted quickly, and then I ended up at the end of the day being one of the slowest out there. So, but yeah, no, I enjoyed that. We plucked away at it. Didn't qualify well, but we just kind of kept our head down. Final was very, very, very long final, and full of drama. There was a lot of accidents and a lot of carnage out there. Ended up, I think I crossed the line 9th.
Nice.
And after penalties, we ended up being 5th.
Nice.
So, first nationals we ended 5th. That was everyone was proud. I had a lot of family there to support me, and first race on the Coyotes ending 5th is pretty good, I'd say. So big learning curve, but that was
especially at your home track, being able to say you got 5th at Canadian National Championship.
Exactly.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was great. And then from there, I was like, damn, I kind of like this car. It's close to an OTK. But there's just some minor differences. But a lot of the OTK parts you can put on the Coyote, axles, front hubs, all that stuff. So it's very similar. And after that, I was like, I really like this thing. And it works out that I'd always wanted to go back to Grand Nats. I went to Grand Nats 7 with the Drummonds and all that, and VSR, and I had a great time. I always wanted to go back. And John, who owns PPK, was up here for nationals, and we kind of got talking about it. And next thing you know, last minute we're deciding we're gonna go to Grand Nats in the Coyote.
Indiana.
we're gonna go to Indiana and Coyote. So so we registered for senior medium, did that. And they're like, you should do 2 classes. That's like kind of what the team wants you to do. And I was like, I don't know if I got the money. You know what I mean? And I couldn't do senior light because I would be over the weight. And so we show up there. First of all, nothing from Grand Nats would have been possible without my nana or my papa. They funded the bill for literally all of it, and without them, I wouldn't have been able to go. And they've paid for a lot of my karting, and I owe a lot of my success and everything to them because they've always been there. They've been like my number 1 supporters. They try to come to every single race they can. So we were all just, we got there. We drove down with my mom, my nana, my papa, and we're just sitting there. I'm like, they want me to do 2 classes, whatever. And they're like, well, how much is it? So I kind of tell them, it's gonna be another, $1,000, $1,200 to do another class.
Minimum, yeah.
Okay, go do it. So we show up there to register. We're already being registered for medium, and they're like, okay, we're registering for heavy as well. So now we're doing 2 classes, 1 cart. We're there we drove there on Tuesday. We're at the track, Wednesday to Sunday. We're doing, all day. I owe a lot of credit to my dad for helping me that weekend. That weekend was very stressful, especially on the practice day when it wasn't a split schedule. So it was just everyone on the line. We're having to go from medium with really no weight on it to then, okay, we got to come in. Okay, we got to strap 15 pounds of lead on, change the gear. And that was it. But so it was very stressful the first couple of days when there was no break, but then, ended up being, it was split. So I had, the one day I had heavy in the morning, I had medium at night, and then it switched. But so that was, aside from Canadian Nationals, the other biggest high, and probably my biggest high, I will say, is probably Grand Nats. That was a long weekend. I actually got 3 penalties called to me that weekend that we had to get overturned. Shout out Paulie Massimino for overturning those. One of them, for people who don't know, CKNA are not allowed to bump draft in qualifying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you're not allowed. They send you out 1 by 1. You can draft, but you can't get to the bumper and touch them. So, and
I hate most sport.
I had known that rule, and yet I still on my final lap, and I can't remember which class, if it was a medium or heavy, and final lap coming to the checkered flag down the long straight of Indiana, and I'm just catching this guy, catching the guy, and I was like, I think I'm gonna get to the line and we'll be fine. Well, then the line comes up even quicker because I'm in the draft. And so then I check up, kind of got right on the brake, check on the brake. They dinged me for bump drafting, and I was like, I didn't touch him. I swore I didn't touch him.
Just barely.
Went on the GoPro. We're like, I didn't touch the guy. You didn't see any bumper movement, nothing. So we got that one overturned, but I got told pretty sternly by Paulie that I was being a little bit of an idiot. I should have just pulled out a line. Because I lost a lot of time doing that. We got 2 other penalties that weekend for contact. One of them, we don't know where the contact was. I was 13 positions behind the guy. Got that one overturned, and then had another one. We also got that one overturned. But yeah, like, so heavy, we were decently quick in. Started back in like their mid to early 20s, I believe, in that one. Ended up finishing 17th as the highest placed Canadian in senior heavy, so that was a bit of accomplishment. Wish it could have been higher, but medium, we were kind of all over the place. I struggled more in medium than I did in heavy. I felt more comfortable in heavy. And I don't know if you saw, there was a lot of carnage in medium. There's a lot of drama. Ended up finishing Heat 2 in the top 10,
nice.
Which that was, or even higher up, I believe. I don't know the exact number. It was up there. Yeah, it was like 8th or something. I was like, wow, okay. And then so that's where I just started Heat 3, and then I dropped back a lot. I didn't have enough pace. I lost a lot of pace in Heat 3, and we dropped back a lot. So I started mid pack. In the final, we automatically made the final. Didn't have to go to the LCQ with 110 people, and we automatically made it. So that race didn't last long, though. I ended up getting driven over turn 3 and lap 2 or 3. So that was the end of that. That's kind of how my weekend ended. But I can't thank the PPK guys enough for everything there. My first time ever doing, really an arrive and drive program in club karting. So they just rolled the cart out, built it. Nice. Said, here's your gear for medium, here's your gear for heavy.
Good luck.
And we didn't touch the cart all weekend. Oh, wow. It was already all set up. Like, we already got the setup. We did one thing. And it's because the grip came, and we put a stiffer axle in it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That's the only thing we touched the whole weekend besides the gear and weight.
That's insane.
So, not having to worry about having to find the setup, which was a big thing the first time I went.
Is really like
it was, not having to worry, just kind of come in, relax, check over everything. Post the first time, we struggled so much on setup. So
100%.
That was a big thing. And and I really enjoyed it there, and that was the big thing of why I wanted to switch to Coyote Canada for 2026, because of how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it sounds really fun. So how did you like CKNA and racing in the States as opposed to what you're used to here at your home track in Mosport?
I find the racing in the States a lot more competitive. Like even you just show up to the track, because I've done a couple races out there. I've done 3 CKNA races. I did Grand 7, Grands 9, and I did Spring Nats right after Grand 7. Yeah. And I've also done a Florida Winter Tour race with FAF Kart Sport. Nice. And something about just growing racing in the States, just showing up to the track, the atmosphere, it just feels a lot more, competitive. Yeah, no doubt. And that's not to give, take away from anything we're doing up here in Canada. We're still very competitive, still very quick, and we take 100%. Our racing serious. But there's just something different about showing up to the track and the atmosphere out there. And CKNA itself, I like the way they run their events. You get a lot of track time. They try to give a lot back to the racers, in terms of, prizing and gifts and, like draws and stuff that they do. And I like the way they run their events, heat races, super heats. I love that. I love that there's no drop down bumpers, so I can get a little more aggressive. And I like that you can run wider rims. You can run 55-inch on the back. So so we're running 2 cycle rims on a four stroke. It's a blast. And then again, racing in the States, next to none. It's so fun, so competitive. Probably some of my favorite tracks are out there. Again, Indiana is probably my favorite track.
Really good place.
Charlotte, North Carolina's Charlotte Motor Speedway is right up there. That was fun. That's It's different because of the atmosphere. You're in Charlotte Motor Speedway. You're looking around. We're there racing. We're looking around. You see some like rental NASCARs driving around the banking. It's that was an experience. And then Florida went to tour at Rock. Orlando's a track you see all over. You see all the big series go there. You see all the top drivers go there. So to be able to go there and race, that was again next to none. That was very fun. We weren't really fast that weekend because we were way overweight, but we had a blast, and we made the most out of it.
Exactly.
Shout out to all those guys, Marco, Felice for helping a lot out there. Tommy, all the guys at FAF, had a great time out there.
Nice.
And, so personally, I love racing in the States. I wish I could do it more. It's just expensive. Very, 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 very expensive. 100%. So
that's my plan. If I go race in the States this year, it's just sleep in the car the whole time.
No, like literally, like we go to Grand's and it's just $1,000 for the hotel.
It's insane.
So it's stupid expensive, but honestly, it's so worth it. Grand's this year was probably the most fun I've had in a week.
Nice.
Racing. So
Vegas this year?
I always joke to my parents, hey Dad, we're going to Vegas, eh? We're going to Vegas, especially after I did the VLR there at Orlando. I said, so we're gonna go to Vegas right now, Dad? And I was like, yeah. If you win the lottery, we'll go to Vegas. So don't see that happening anytime soon. But
for those that don't know, the Vegas Super Nationals is like one of the biggest karting events in the world.
It's
very high end.
I don't even want to know how much that costs for a weekend to go out there. But my dad's always like, if you win the lottery, we can go.
A decent amount of the younger F1 grid have won at Super Nationals.
Or even been there. George Russell's been there. Verstappen's been there. Kimi Antonelli's been there. I say Lando. I think Lando's. I believe he's been there. So a ton of the top drivers in the world have been to that race, and all still talk really highly of it 100%. And how competitive it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing that Alec was talking about last week racing in the States, is that you have people from like everywhere, and a lot from South America, which especially Brazil, where the karting is also like massive.
It's huge. Yeah. So like going to all those races out there, you show up to a race in Canada, it's really all Canadians, really.
Yeah.
They're from Canada. But you go to the States and they're from everywhere.
Everywhere,
Canadians, Americans, South Americans. You get people from Europe that come over just to race in America.
Which is scary.
Because that's a whole other ball game out there. Those guys are so competitive, and those guys are nuts out there. But it truly, you go against a wide variety of drivers and talent, and you learn a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
The amount of experience that I've gained and stuff I've learned from being out there is huge. It's next to none.
Yeah,
from being out racing out there.
No doubt. So what are your 2026 plans? I know we've gone over that, but like, what are some other stuff you can
So 2026 again. So Coyote Motorsport Canada. We're gonna change it up a little bit this year. Do some races I've never done before. So we're gonna start off the year. We'll do some Mika races just to get ready. Then we're gonna go to Mont Tremblant for the CKNA Canadian Nationals. So that's the first time that CKNA has done a Canadian Nationals. So we're going to do that. First time I'll be at Tremblant racing. I've only ever been there to watch. And then we're going to stick to the CKNA schedule this year. Nice. So we're gonna skip out on Interclub this year because they're on the same dates, obviously. Yeah. And we're going to go travel. We're going to do CKNA Canada. It's at Lombardy, SH, and I don't know why I'm blanking on the last one.
Just the entire crew.
Brecken, there we go. So all three tracks I've never ever been to. But we're gonna it's good to learn new tracks. We're gonna go have a blast out there, travel, because I love traveling to go race.
100%.
And we're gonna give it our all. Besides that, some Mika races. We'll do Canadian Nationals at Hamilton.
Nice. That'll be good.
That'll be really good. We got some American guys coming down. I just got a message on my way here actually of some of our American guys coming down. I don't know if I can say anything, so I won't. Yeah. But yeah, so that besides that, I don't know. Maybe I'll try a Kart Stars race, or maybe I'll do some RMC brake stuff. I don't really know. It's all kind of thrown up in the air. We know we're doing CKNA. We know we're doing all the nationals. Besides that, maybe do Canada Cup. So I'll do some big Mika races. Besides that, we're just gonna go with the flow of things, wing it, see what the money looks like, see if we can how much we can race. And just have fun. Yeah, ultimately, at the end of the day, again, it's what we're there to do. We're there to have fun. Have fun with your friends, have fun with family, and just overall have a good time. So it's what my plans look like for this year.
Nice, man. So you're gonna continue in Briggs Senior? You're gonna go to like Masters, or do you know if they're doing a heavy over at
So if they do a senior heavy at Mosport, we'll be doing that. If not, we'll be doing Masters. I'm too over the weight for senior, so it's not really worth it.
Yeah.
I'll be doing 6 senior heavy for CKNA, senior heavy at nationals for everything. But yeah, like if ultimately we'll be doing senior heavy or Masters, because I would love to get back down weight. If I miraculously this year lose a lot of weight and can run at senior weight, then if I lose the 20 plus pounds I need, then we'll go back to senior and we'll go have a blast and we'll shake it up there.
100%.
But as of now, our Masters, senior heavy, that's what the plans are for the year.
Yeah, it's probably going to be more of my plan too, just because like I could lose this much weight, but even last year I was weighing in at like 168, 169 pounds, and like at my height it was just I was really drained all the time. Like after race weekends I'm in the car and I'm like like you can barely eat, and you're like you get home, it's like, well, time to eat 2 leaves, here we go. So yeah, I'm probably going to do the same thing, especially for like inter club and the bigger events, card stars. I'm going to try to do heavy just because I feel like I'll be a bit more competitive there.
Yeah, especially in inter club, those bigger events there, you got 80
100%.
plus senior lights, and it can be a crash fest.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially at some of those smaller tight tracks. So yeah, no, senior heavy. A lot of people don't give it enough credit because the class number's lower. But if you go look, it's still uber competitive.
Yeah,
we
some of the most
still got
experienced people are there,
loads
right?
of good drivers in there, and it ends up always being a good race.
100%.
So it might not be the race, the senior race that's full of 40, 50 people, but it's always a good race.
Racing,
it's
right?
always super close.
100%.
And 10 of good drivers out there.
100%. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Card Stars does look pretty fun this year, especially with the I guess you can call it mystery event, which I haven't heard much, and also going back to Cayuga, which is really fun.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know how that's going to turn out.
Very flat.
Yeah, very very flat, very
Shannonville 2.0. Pretty
yeah,
much.
it just looks kind of all flat out kind of thing. I definitely probably won't be at that event, but maybe I'll go watch if I have time. I don't know. A lot of schedules are conflicting, so
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know where I'll be, but it looks interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I guess
I'm excited to see RMC over at Mosport.
Yeah,
Having the road tax there.
that'll be a very very big one. Bringing the road tax back over to Mosport. Because it's been a predominantly with the rock deal that they've had for the last couple of years.
Yeah, last year rock was.
It's that a lot. Yeah,
You guys were able to do to the Le Mans start without.
Yeah. Don't talk to the dicks about that one. They get especially Tyler. They're not always the happiest about that one. But that was fun. Big thanks to those guys at KCM, the dicks, Graham and Kim, and Tyler and Sean for giving me the opportunity to go. Just go have fun. They're like, you want to race rock tomorrow? I was like, tomorrow? Like I just practiced all day, and like, you want to go run rock? I was sure.
Dix is their last names, by the way.
Yes, yeah. I'm not calling them a dick. Let's just put that out there.
That's the family name.
It's yeah. Yeah, those guys just gave me the opportunity to run rock,
Nice.
Even though it was 3 of us, both are Tyler, Sean, and me, but
it
yeah,
was still fun,
we still
for
had fun.
sure.
I was still
That's
way
awesome.
over the weight, I was just out there having a good time. But yeah, so rocks died down a lot, but now they got tag and road tax coming.
Yeah.
So hopefully the 2-cycle field will start to grow
back again.
because I know when I started karting, it was huge. A lot of good drivers who have moved on now, but a lot of good drivers were in rock senior, rock junior, and moved through the ranks that way. And there's a lot of good races. So
Nice.
I would love to see, even though I don't do it, I'd love to see the 2-cycle classes grow again.
For sure.
Because it's always very entertaining.
100%. That's awesome. So another question: what is your motorsports dream, and where do you kind of see yourself in 5 years in terms of motorsport?
Motorsport dream. Ultimately, I want to go to cars. That's kind of everyone's dream. I don't want to go to Formula One. That's not an interest in me. Maybe if I was a little younger, I'd say, yeah, Formula One, but no, I'm not really interested in it. IndyCar's cool.
IndyCar's
That would be cool to do. But ultimately, my passion and my dream, sports car racing.
For sure.
IMSA, WEC, multi-class, that's where it's at. That's the fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy. Just everything, sports car related stuff. That's where I'm at. Not huge in NASCAR unless it's a road course.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, that's where I want to be, sports car racing. If we can get there in the next 5 years, probably not, to be honest with you. Don't have the money for it. It's too expensive the way the world's going.
Yeah.
maybe if I won the lottery, I got a lot of like big sponsors, or someone, you know, was interested and they want to, you know, kind of, you know, back me in it a little bit, then ultimately, yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, as of now, I don't. As much as I want to go to cars and it's a dream, I don't really see it happening in the future.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I'll always try to keep it open and keep pushing for it, but I don't get the money for that.
Yeah, exactly. It is quite expensive.
I barely got the money to go karting right now, so you know, we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, it's always sucks. But yeah, no, that's really awesome. I'm the same way as that. Like, if I can get to that level, I'm gonna go to cars. Like, we're gonna try and make the push this year, working for the team out in Ottawa and Fawn, doing local endurance stuff like SCCA and all that stuff down in the States, and
That's
Enduro
very
League,
good stuff.
like
Yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully that will be kind of kicking off with Fawn Motorsports. That is the plan. But yeah, no, it's even just staying karting right now, it's just really fun. You have the great environment, great atmosphere. It's like,
And there's so much to learn from it too. You know, just
100%.
general racecraft and you know, all stuff like that. You know, what like racing lines, the ways you can pass people. There's all the grassroots stuff. You know, right back to karting.
exactly.
So there's lots to learn there. Some stuff doesn't, you know, translate into cars, but you know, same passion for racing is always there, no matter what you're driving.
Exactly. Yeah.
2 wheels, 4 wheels, anything with an engine. So
yeah,
that's where it is.
Yeah, you're there just driving karts. It's fun, man. It's
Exactly.
awesome. So you are a LMC driver, right?
Yeah. So we were. Yeah. So last year we partnered with LMC. That was an awesome opportunity we had there last year to do that. You know, it was a kind of a stressful thing to kind of get into it because you know, everyone submitted, you know, an application for it, and they only picked 3 people. So I was one of the people picked. It was me, Maddox Eacock, and Malcolm Jolink. And yeah, those 2 guys are really great. Good buddies with all of them. And yeah, so the LMC, being a part of the LMC team last year was a phenomenal experience. You know, going to tour their shop they have out there in Georgetown and seeing all their classic cars they have. Some of the craziest cars I've seen in my life, to be honest with you. And then the opportunity, you know, because they race NASCAR, you know, Canada Series, to, you know, go spend the weekend with them when they're at CTMP, you know, in pit lane, you know, helping them with the car and all that stuff. And then ended up being the Labor Day weekend. I snuck my way into pit road.
Yeah.
A couple of guys like, just say you dropped your wristband working on the car, so that was my excuse. And I spent the whole race on pit road. And that last one we had a shot to win. I think Gary was sitting 4th. And red flag at the end, and we got a flat tire under the red flag. So, you know, that whole LMC experience was tremendous. Can't thank them enough for everything they did to help me last year. Yeah, me and my family are so appreciative for everything they've done. That they did for us last year, and yeah, it was a great experience. We had a load of fun with it.
Nice, man. Yeah, working at NASCAR has been also a great experience for me, working with the 99 Matthew Scannell, doing the media team for that. It's also just a great series to work with, be around. Like, you have so much access, and just, again, also great atmosphere. It's a lot like karting. Everyone tries to be friends with everybody. Everyone tries to like get along. Everyone's like, oh, can you help me for this type of thing? So yeah,
and it's very open to the fans as well.
Yeah,
you know, some series, you know, they close off the paddock, you know, unless you get a VIP access and all that. It's all open. You can walk right into the just small little tent. You can walk right in, talk to everyone, and generally most of the time they'll stop and they'll talk to you. And it's a great community.
100%.
And again, the racing's good, racing's competitive, and yeah.
That's awesome, man. So we do have like a 10 question like lightning round, but you don't have to answer it as quick as possible. So you give me a long and lengthy answer if you want. So yeah, just 10 questions, answer them any way you want type thing. So questions here. So what's your favorite racetrack in the world?
For karting or cars?
Overall.
Oh boy, yeah, definitely. Thank God I have some more time. Okay, we'll split it up. For karting, based on tracks that I've been to, we'll put it at Indiana for best karting track that I've been to. Sure. Car track, I could always be loyal and biased and say Mosport. But we'll think outside the box. Truly, there's quite a few. It could be at Sebring. It's great track. Daytona like road course, great track. You know, we go to Europe. We could look at Spa. Yeah. Spa's probably up there in my favorites. An underrated track a lot of people don't talk about now in South Africa, Kyalami.
Kyalami is really awesome.
Not gonna lie, I used to watch Kyalami 9 hours, and I actually fell in love with that track.
Nice.
Got a set of Corsa just so I could play it.
Yeah.
So that's that's one of my top tracks. Obviously Le Mans.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's iconic. Zandvoort is one that I love a lot with my Dutch background. It's so hard to pick one favorite. Road Atlanta, Road America. There's so many top tracks in the States too.
Sure.
It really all over the world. It's hard to pick, but we'll say Sebring.
Okay,
we'll put it at Sebring.
Sebring, yeah. I did Sebring for the HIP charity event I did in the past winter. Such an insane track. Like, even though
brutal.
it's a sim, like my pro Gmo, Gianmarco Raimondo.
Love that guy. He used to be my data coach.
Oh, really?
When I was with Pro, yeah.
Yeah, Gmo's awesome, man. He was really helpful during that whole event. He was fun to drive with, fun to work with. A lot of insane drivers were in that event, like Suio, Daniel Morad.
Yeah, 100%. I did it the year before when it was at Road America.
Yeah.
With Parker Gill and Owen Yalen.
Oh, nice.
I ended up qualifying the car.
Yeah.
Starting the race and all that. We had connection issues, so ultimately we didn't get to finish it. We got kicked out of it. But that was it's a great event. Sim racing for the kids is it's a great success. Raising money for sick kids, and I think everyone should take part of it if they can. I had a blast.
100%.
Staying up late nights. Practicing Road America, practicing what car we were going to use, because I think we ended up switching cars. I believe, I don't really know, but yeah. The next thing you know, we got Parker Gill, a car driver. Owen Yalen's very successful in karting.
Yep.
And I'm like, and I'm the one who's kind of
qualifying
who had been somewhat kind of the quickest.
Yeah.
So that was it's a lot of pressure, but that event's fun. I wish I could do it again. I want to do it again in the future.
Yeah.
If I could find someone to do it with, I would love to go do that one.
Should come do it again next year.
I think I should.
It was so fun, like great atmosphere. Even just being at the place with John and all them running the place, such great guys.
I've done. I've been at HIP a lot. Not recently. It's been over a year probably since I've been there, but I did my volunteer hours for school there.
Oh, nice.
And through that, I was there a lot, and I ended up doing one of their racing leagues. That they invited me to do because I was there, and I think it was MX-5 Cup.
Nice.
MX-5, Toyota GR86. No, Mercedes AMG GT4.
Nice.
And I was going against guys like Christian Muniz, very accomplished driver. Some other guy,
insane driver,
like crazy. Every time we went on the sim, and like just watching him drive, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And when I first started Drive and Drive, he was racing Drive and Drive.
Oh, okay, nice.
And he won everything. Walked away from everything. And I was like, dang, I want to be like that guy. I want to win everything. And he's so quick.
Yeah.
A lot of respect to Christian. Good buddies with him. He remarkable driver. Every time I went there for a league race, he was always at the top. I'm like, he's the guy I'm chasing.
Yeah.
And I ended up having a couple of races. I was up there. We were battling together. We always had good battles.
Nice.
I won a few races out there for that motorsport event. And honestly, those John and Jem out there at HIP they're great guys. They love their racing, and ultimately it's good fun.
100%. Okay, so next question. Favorite race series, again, overall?
Favorite race series overall, I gotta go IMSA.
IMSA?
I love IMSA. I make sure, no matter what, I'm always there to watch the race. Like this year, between the 3 major weekends at CTMP, I'm gone for 2 of them. Main long weekend, we're in CKNA, Tremblant, and Labor Day weekend, we're at CKNA and SH, I believe. But I'll make sure my calendar's clear for IMSA weekend.
IMSA, 100%.
And I'll go there and camp with some buddies again, and we'll have a great time. And that's ultimately my favorite.
Nice.
That's where I want to be.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I love IMSA too. You got to respect to the big series that comes here, right?
100%.
100%. Who's your motorsport hero?
Motorsport hero? That's a good question. I guess I've never really thought about that. Motorsport hero. Huh. Not gonna be honest, I've never thought about that and who I really look up to.
Really?
Shout out my boy Alec Drummond, my motorsport hero.
Fair enough.
Alec Drummond be my motorsport hero. I love that guy.
That's awesome. Yeah, Alec, great guy, really genuine, always helpful.
Owe a lot of success to him. A lot of my successes come from him, and without him and that whole Drummond family, I don't know where I'd be. So 100%. Can't thank Stuart, Karen, Caden, Chloe, Alec, any of them. can't thank any of them enough. Even the Yalins, Owen Yalin, Mark Yalin, go Nathan Powell, Don Powell, RJ, without any of those guys, I don't know where I'd be, and I owe a lot of my success
100%.
to them.
Yeah.
Terry, Terry Ventresca, VSR, a lot of those guys. They could all be my heroes, to be honest with you.
Fair.
I love each and every single one of them so much, and they're like family to me, and they're all my heroes.
That's awesome, man. Dive bomb or switchback?
Oh, dive bomb all the way. I want to send it into most sport, corner 5, hairpin. I just want to send it from so far back and just stick it.
Well, I love that Alex said last week. He said dive bomb. He said I make money off dive bombs.
Exactly,
awesome.
exactly. I love me a dive bomber too.
Yeah,
me and Alec have had a lot of dive bombs on each other. Just
sure.
race practice, together, and we just send it on each other.
Yeah.
I know there was one day we went race practicing together. He goes, I don't know we're gonna be that aggressive. He's like, I just put new stickers on my cart. I'm over there just driving into him a little bit, going up to corner 6, just giving it to him. He's like, wow, okay, if you want to be that aggressive, then gotta be aggressive.
Turn 5 dive bombs.
Give me dive bomb 100%.
Especially good grip. It's so good. Aggressive or patient driving style?
It's hard to pick which one. There's got to be a balance of both. If you're over patient, you're not really gonna get anything done.
Yeah.
If you're too aggressive, that's how you end up in accidents.
Yeah.
And so
Briggs turn 1.
Exactly. Let's go last to first and corner 3. That's too aggressive.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I like being aggressive.
Yeah.
A lot of my racing career, I've been the patient guy.
Yeah.
And I get told I'm being too patient. I got to go for it. So that's something I want to work on.
Yeah.
Go for it more, and I've been getting better at.
Nice.
Ultimately, I'm having to say aggressive, but
Yeah.
there has to be a balance between aggressive
100%, yeah.
and patient.
Yeah. You can't be like right in there where you're just banging wheels with the guy, but you also can't just like wait till the last
Just sit
lap
there
to
and wait
maybe do
around,
something.
just
Yeah.
follow everyone.
If anything, you'll just fall off the pace and just be in the way at that point, right?
Exactly. So yeah, you can mix both, but aggressive.
For sure. I think you already answered this kind of thing, but GT or prototype racing?
Ooh. Don't get me wrong, I love both. But I gotta go with GT, man. There's everywhere in the world, there's at least 1 to 2 GT series, and it's everywhere. The GT racing, it's not going away. It's never gonna go away. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's competitive. Some of the biggest races are GT races, or have GT cars in them.
We can look at Macau. It's a small little place.
Exactly, but that place is
events.
nuts, man. And yeah, so I gotta go GT. It's where it's at. It's not going anywhere. It's only, if anything, it's only getting bigger.
100%.
Some of the best racing's there, so let's go GT.
Yeah, there's so many good teams, and as I said, it's on the rise so much, and such worldwide, so recognized. Where you can go anywhere and be like, oh, there's this series, there's that series. No matter what, if it's small or big, it's always amazing.
Yeah, no matter where you are in the world, there's a GT series somewhere.
100%. Yeah, love it. Do you? You kind of already answered this, but do you prefer racing in the U.S. or Canada?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I like racing in the U.S.
US?
Again, nothing. Again, like I said earlier, nothing against racing here in Canada. It's great. What we're doing up here is competitive. It's good racing, but just the atmosphere and the way how serious those guys take it down there, it's next level.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the amount you learn going down there. You could be one of the best. You could think you'd be one of the best up here. As soon as you go down there,
you're like
you kind of you can get put in you can get put in your place. You can get humbled very easily. Sure. So yeah, racing in the States for sure.
Nice. We'll edit that. Just say Canada.
Still love Canada. It's good. Yeah. Let's keep that straight.
100%. Yeah. Who do you want to win the 2026 F1 World Drivers' Championship?
It's probably not going to happen because he's after kind of a crappy start. But I got to go my boy Max Verstappen. I've always been a fan of him. He's Dutch. My family's background's Dutch, so it's always been my guy.
Nice.
Always been my guy.
Yeah, hoping he's able to turn around that tractor. It's so sad.
Yeah, I've had to stop watching it. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched really F1 in like 2 years. Sat down and watched it. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, fair enough. This is an easy question, but electric or gas cars?
Oh, gas all the way. Yeah. I get what they're doing for the environment. I can't stand gas. Yeah. I can't stand electric cars, especially when people start showing up in a gasoline or like an electric car. Like, I'm sorry, if you show up with a Tesla to the racetrack.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, and this is no hate on anyone who drives Teslas or electric cars or shows up to the racetrack in electric cars. Personally, my opinion, if you're not driving an electric car, you shouldn't be going to a racetrack.
Yeah,
It kind of counteracts itself.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're at a Formula E event, but even then.
Yeah, then if you want electric cars, go to Formula E. But anything else, you got to go gasoline all the way.
You can't beat the sound of an engine.
Absolutely not.
What's the most memorable moment of your career so far?
Most memorable moment in my career. Minus going to the States and doing really well and having blast out there. I got to say, it's got to be my one and only win in club. There was only 5 people in the senior heavy class. It was about 2 years ago now. One of the first rock events they did at Mosport there 2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my first win. We kind of dominated that whole weekend. Ultimately we swept the weekend. We were first in every single session except the Sunday morning practice.
Yeah.
Started first in the final. We ended up dropping to like last by the end of the first lap, and then we drove all the way back through the field, closed the gap, and won. And from that, we got a ticket to go to Rock Cup. So which
is awesome.
Big, definitely my most memorable moment in my career.
Nice. How was it doing Rock Cup? I remember you mentioned doing that.
Awesome. But going to Rock Cup, I'd done 1 2-stroke race before, so I'd won the ticket, and we're like, okay, we're gonna do one VLR race. That the last Mika race of the year, we did a VLR race just to kind of get something under my belt.
Yeah.
And then I ended up coming 5th and Rock Senior, and then we're like, all right, here we go.
You do a lot of things kind of like, I did it once.
I did it once. Now let's go for it. So went to Rock Cup. Florida went to tour. It was round 2, in Orlando.
Yeah.
And had a blast. It was fun. Steep learning curve, very very steep learning curve.
No doubt.
A completely different driving style, but we had a blast.
Sorry, what was that? Okay, awesome. So you mentioned going down to Florida FAF. How was it down in Florida? Must have been nice during the cold time.
So hot. We drove down there, and that's when we ended up having a huge snowstorm here, and like everything was closed. Like they weren't just calling snow days. Like they closed all the buildings. Like all school buildings were closed. And I remember like my first day on track there, it was like 32 degrees. So coming from being freezing to going to that, I was like, it was dying. Nice. And I was like a brand new all black suit. It was so hot. And then driving home, you see it go up from 90 degrees Fahrenheit to we were halfway home and it already got to 32.
Wow. Which
is 0. So that part was kind of depressing. Nice. I'm not gonna lie.
So we do have to end off a bit. So look at that camera, I guess, and give any exciting news that you might have that you haven't said yet.
So really I've said all of my exciting news. So Coyote Motorsport 2026. That's going to be a new opportunity for us, new opportunity for me and my family. Just want to give a big thank you to everyone, I guess, in my career who's helped me. My nana, my papa, who've been there, probably my number one supporters, who've done a lot for me. My mom, my dad, my stepmom, Carrie, who a lot of people know she's the scale lady at Mosport.
Baseball bat.
Yep. She's got to be careful with her. My stepdad, Dave, for, doing a lot of learning to help me work on my kart. And then to all my sponsors who've helped me out through, throughout the years, Beatty Brothers, Garage, AAB Talents, my papa, run the talent agency, Longworth Dental, In Motion Chiropractor, and if there's people I forget, I apologize. I can't thank everyone enough. Me and my family can't thank everyone enough for your support, and we hope to work with a lot of you guys throughout and keep working with you guys in the future. And then there's so many people I could thank that I've thanked throughout this podcast that I would love to thank again. Everyone at VSR for everything they've done for me the last couple of years. Greg at Coyote Motorsport Canada for welcoming me this year. I mean, I could be here forever thanking people. It truly, like my parents say, it truly takes a village to get me on track and get me racing. But wouldn't trade it for anything else. And I can't thank everyone else. I can't thank everyone enough for everything they've done for me.
100%. Yeah, and that's been Noah Van Straten. Make sure to follow DCSA Media Hub on Instagram, as well as Greater Toronto Productions and the Northern Apex Podcast Instagram. And your Instagram is just Noah Van Straten Racing.
Yeah, mine's so my personal one's just Noah.VanStraten. If you want to follow my racing one, it's Van Straten Racing, VANSTRATEN, and then racing, all one word. Every follow kind of promotes it kind of a little bit more, and we really appreciate it. So
Awesome. Thank you for coming on.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.